In just 5 months, 2 brand-new Boeing 737 MAX 8 airplanes fell out of the sky, killing 346 people. Lion Air Flight 610 in October 2018, then Ethiopian Airlines Flight 302 in March 2019. On the surface, it appeared to be a technical malfunction. But as we'll uncover, the real reason goes far beyond a computer bug. It's a story of intense corporate rivalry, critical design compromises, and a catastrophic failure of oversight. This isn't just an engineering problem, it's a scandal. The pattern was chillingly clear. Both Lion Air Flight 610 in Indonesia and Ethiopian Airlines Flight 302 in Bishoftu crashed shortly after takeoff. In October 2018, 189 people died. Just months later, in March 2019, another 157 perished. Investigators quickly pinpointed the common denominator, the Boeing 737 MAX 8. The question then became, what was fundamentally wrong with this new aircraft? Long investigations confirmed a critical factor: faulty software was responsible for both crashes. Specifically, the Maneuvering Characteristics Augmentation System, or MCAS. This system was designed to automatically push the aircraft's nose down under certain conditions, ostensibly to improve handling. But in these tragic flights, it repeatedly activated based on erroneous sensor data, forcing the plane into an uncontrollable dive. This wasn't merely a software glitch, it was a consequence of intense corporate pressure. Boeing's problems with the 737 MAX began with a desperate race to compete with Airbus, specifically their new A320neo. Airbus was gaining market share, and Boeing needed a quick response. The company's desire to beat their rival became a central driver in the design choices for the 737 MAX. From an engineering perspective, the preferred, safer solution was to build an entirely new plane. This would allow for a fresh design incorporating new technologies and safety features. However, for business reasons, Boeing didn't want a new plane. A completely new design would be costly, time-consuming, and potentially lose them valuable market share to Airbus. The company chose a faster, cheaper path. To compete quickly, Boeing adapted its aging 737 airframe, fitting it with larger, more fuel-efficient engines. These new engines had to be placed further forward and higher on the wing. This change fundamentally altered the plane's aerodynamics, causing the nose to pitch up more than previous 737 models under certain conditions. This aerodynamic instability then necessitated the creation of the MCAS software system as a compensatory measure. A critical aspect of the scandal was the poor communication regarding MCAS. Pilots were largely unaware of its existence, its purpose, or how to counter its commands. This lack of awareness and inadequate pilot training played a significant role in the devastating outcomes. When MCAS activated erroneously, pilots were unprepared for the system's aggressive nose-down inputs, unable to regain control. Shockingly, the potential for catastrophe was known. In December 2018, after the Lion Air crash but before the Ethiopian Airlines disaster, the FAA privately predicted that MCAS could cause 15 crashes over 30 years. Despite this alarming forecast, Boeing failed to ground the planes after the first crash and pinpoint the root cause of the failure. This decision had devastating consequences. Boeing's then CEO, Dennis Muilenburg, was left with a flawed aircraft. Crucially, he failed to ground the planes after the Lion Air crash in October 2018 and identify the true root cause. This inaction, despite internal concerns and the FAA's private predictions, allowed the second tragedy to occur. It exposed a systemic failure in leadership, prioritizing production and profit over comprehensive safety measures. The real reason Boeing's new plane crashed twice wasn't just a technical failure or a computer bug. It was a scandal rooted in a company's desire to aggressively beat its rival, Airbus. This competition drove business decisions that prioritized speed and cost saving over sound engineering and thorough safety protocols. It led to critical design compromises, a poorly understood software system, and ultimately, preventable loss of life. The 737 MAX crashes exposed profound issues within Boeing and the regulatory process. While the planes were eventually grounded worldwide and significant software updates and training improvements were mandated, the path to rebuilding public trust remains long. The tragedy serves as a stark reminder of the critical balance between innovation, competition, and unwavering commitment to safety in the aviation industry.